Hello guys, welcome to Cartooning with Paul. Today I'm going to show you how to draw Tim Burton's Batmobile. So let's get started. Hey guys, welcome back. That's right. Today I'm going to at least try to show you how to draw the Tim Burton Batmobile. Now, just as a disclaimer, drawing cars is difficult for me, so it takes a lot of trial and error. But I think we can handle this one. As you can see, I've already set up all of my my lines here to keep things in perspective. Okay, so if you've never worked with perspective or vanishing points, the idea is the point will be right there on the horizon line, right? And this line right here will represent the ground of the forefront of the vehicle, right? The wheels will go over here. This line right here will be the top of the side of the vehicle. This right here will be the top of the other side of the vehicle. And then you've got the one line that you don't see because we're going to draw in everything, but you do need it in order to figure out the proper dimensions and keeping everything in proportion. But now you see, that'll only give you the dimensions this way. We need to be able to figure out the dimensions for the cross angles, like in the front of the vehicle. So we need another vanishing point that unfortunately I cannot get on camera, but it is the mirror opposite of this. Okay, and then what we do is we draw lines from here down to that vanishing point, and that'll give us the ground level of the front, the top of the front of the car, the top of the back of the car. And then you can use that for the other dimensions. We could draw whole grids on here if you wanted, but that would get confusing for this video. So I think we'll be fine with this for now. So hopefully I haven't lost you yet. Let's dive into drawing this vehicle. So I can get rid of the vanishing lines here because I'm pretty confident that we can go from here just fine. I just used 2 pieces of scrap paper. One of them was from a drawing that I threw out a bit ago. I'm just going to remove the tape. I want to be able to move this paper around freely, so there's no need to keep it taped together. That was just to establish these lines. And let's figure out where the most prominent front wheel is going to be here. Okay, I'm just going to throw that in for now. And I'm going to throw in that back wheel just like so. Now, given that this car is very girthy in the front, it has this awesome nose design, you're never going to see the wheel on the other side of this particular vehicle. So I'm not going to bother with it. What I am going to do is establish the side panel. So that's why we have these guidelines here like so. And the back wheel has this cool design around the wheel. And we'll come down like that. Okay, so from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let's see, the fin comes up here like that, and then it comes down like this. Just so that I can make sure that everything's going to fit in here. Let's, yeah, okay. I'm now going to see if I can get this front going here. I want to say it'll fit in like so. Let's just kind of sketch that in. And if that's going in like that, this one is going to go in like this. It comes in like that. So I'm drawing in very lightly. I know the shapes that go into the vehicle. I'm trying to make sure that I put them in the right way because of the angles. Okay. Yeah, that looks right. Okay, so now we've got this little boxy area here, right? So there is this really cool design element that requires a cylindrical design here. So I'm just going to kind of lightly throw that in. Actually, the design is more narrow like this because we're throwing it in dimensions and keeping things in proportion. Oh, that's much better. Okay. And then within the center of that, we've got this like bullet shape right here. I might play with this in a little bit. It's a weird design element. I think it's an intake for the engine coolant. Whatever it is, it looks awesome on screen. I've skirted around it enough. I've got to match this on this side. So, just keeping, yeah. Like so. I've got this that goes off into there. And then, let's see. And then we've got the cockpit. When you're drawing anything on an angle, you got to know that the vertical always stays vertical, no matter what. I don't care what kind of angle you have it on, that vertical should be completely vertical, 90-degree angle. Also, when you're dealing with rounded and curved things, they generally tend to stay pretty horizontal for the most part. I know we're dealing with angles like this, but it's a curved angle, and it's going to almost look like it kind of seems to fight, but lose to the fact that we got to keep it kind of horizontal. Talk about word salad. Okay, so we've got the cockpit here, and it comes up right about here. And I'm just going to very lightly throw that in. And let's see, we've got the horizontal. It kind of stays straight here, and then it curves into a very rounded windshield. But back here it stays pretty straight. And then he has this weird wind intake here that seems to defy physics, but doesn't it look cool? Now, let's go down here. Let's throw in the side of the car. Depending on the angle, this really looks different. We have this little wind, I don't know what this is. I would imagine it's more wind intake. This vehicle could not really drive that fast in real life. I'm more than certain. For you fact checkers out there, you may have better information than I. I'm just imagining that if we're going to take wind in here, up here, in here, the rest of it can be as sleek as you want. I doubt it would would really go all that fast. Okay. Now, the fin on the back here will replicate the scallops in Batman's cape. So it'll go in like this. All right, so as you can see, I've been drawing very, very lightly. These sketch lines should be able to erase to a clean sheet of paper from this point. But now, it's a moment of truth. Let's see if I got everything right by darkening in the lines and putting in some real detail. So from here, what we want to do is we want to find that center, right? Because the windshield is divided into two different panes of curved glass. And the angle kind of goes up like that. And then the glass will curve around and then come down like this. My favorite Batmobile was really all we had at the time, up until 1989, and that was the George Barris 1966 Batmobile for the Adam West TV series. It was perfect for a little boy to dream about riding in the cockpit. I used to love watching that show. I'd watch it every day and see how many gadgets could come out of that magnificent looking car. And then that awesome day when the Tim Burton design was unveiled. And boy, oh boy, was I excited. This car had all of those sleek curves, those cool design elements. This thing looked like it could drive through a brick wall without sustaining any kind of damage. Now, okay, let's see. Now, of course, it had some design elements that defied the actual lore of Batman. I'm not quite sure why it had machine guns coming up from top panels of the vehicle. Except to kind of make walls easier to break through. So, yeah, let's darken this in here. Love these fins. These fins, oh, I love them so much. So now, if you ever watch any documentaries on the creation of this Batmobile, they came up with this amazing design. Everybody in the art department just loved what they came up with. And then close to filming, Tim Burton came to give his last stamp of approval, and he asked, "Hey, where's the door? How is he supposed to get in the car?" And they couldn't believe that they have thought of everything but a door. So they made this a cockpit where the roof of the cockpit and the windshield would slide forward so that Batman could get in and out. Today we think nothing of it, but at the time, that was pretty groundbreaking. Let's see. As you can see, I'm kind of jumping all over the place here. We've got this, yeah. The rear wheels are separated a little bit. They're a little wider than the front. And we've got this curved line up here on either side. And then we've got the gas cap right there. It's a completely black vehicle, and then this chromed out cap for the gas tank. So that's fun. And then right here, I'm going to curve it a little bit. We've got these like vent fins here, like so. And like I said, we've got this like open crevice here. I'm just going to shade that in a little bit, because this puppy is open. Maybe I need to watch the movie tonight so that I can. Maybe I should have done that last night. Oh, I do plan these videos out. So let's remember that these wheels, first of all, they clear not very much from the bottom of the chassis, but let's see. We got to keep in mind that they're supposed to be rounded here. And let's, yeah, it's kind of a panel here around the wheel. Just like so. Okay. So we've got this front wheel, right? And the side panel here will come down very, very low. This car rides so low to the ground. Yeah, I didn't get that angle right the first time. So oh, beautiful. Okay. that may be not right. Let's see. Okay. And then this part comes out front. And usually what I do to make sure that I don't go up too high or stay down too low is that I will throw in that tiny headlight like this. I can always tell the shape of that headlight. I say that like I draw this often. I know my limitations. Vehicles are not my strong point. When somebody needs a vehicle drawn, they know that I can do it. It just takes me longer than other people. So I usually have people that I would advise that they'll get it done faster. And then that will leave me open to do things that I can do quickly. Okay. Not really asked to do too many vehicles. Okay. Okay. So, there we go. Make sure that's the same curvature as here. And then go a little bit beyond it. Okay. We're having fun in here. All right. There we go. Let's just get rid of that line. All right. Now from here, I'm going to come out here and throw in that cylinder that makes up this intake. For a professional job, I would use my stencils. We're just sketching here. I'm afraid the stencils would get in the way of you seeing what we do here, so try not to over confuse things. As it is, I'm oversimplifying things. Here, let's see. Let's do another ring here. And then we would do this and create these little supports for structural reasons here. These are all really dark. You never see them. Okay, so now the center of the cockpit will line up with the center of the cylinder. And the round is kind of, it kind of straightens out for the top here. There are really not very many straight angles on this vehicle, as you can see. But now let's see here. Let's see if we can fix some bad sketch lines here. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna fix those. So bring that forward. Yep, like this. Okay, that's better. And then I'll bring this in, like so. This line needs to line up. And I'll cut it in like that. All right, I'm going to confuse myself if I don't get rid of some of this. Oh, I love my kneaded eraser. Now I want to follow this angle in here like that. This one goes in like this. And then I will follow this line here like that. This line here like this. Just lightly throw in a little shape here. And then just round it off like that. Windshield, the headlight will go right in here. And then I want to follow to the vanishing point. I've got a couple lines here I know I can use, like that. Now there is this one spot here in the center that I forgot about while doing my sketch lines. I've got my sketch lines. I've got a photo for reference, and it just caught me at a moment. This area, this shape here, scoops forward a little bit like this. Oh, now this is really looking good. Whew. There is going to be a slight width of the tire here visible, and we've got the center here, which actually is it's a bat symbol. Of course it is. Oh, yeah. We do have some like greebly stuff going on in here. We've got some hoses. You know, I'm gonna lightly sketch these in because honestly, they don't really matter as much as the major crux of the vehicle. So the wheel hub area has this area here to protect you from kicking in on some of this detail here. We do have some panels here, but like I said, if you draw those in lightly enough while you're coloring it in, it's not going to look like you've been throwing in all this superfluous detail. Guys, if you like drawing videos like this, I've got a whole slew of videos that would go well with this video, and they're right here. I want to thank you guys for watching this all the way through with me. You had some trust in me, and I hope I didn't disappoint. I want to thank you guys so much for drawing with me today, and until the next video, we will see you later.